Okay, hello everyone! So today we're doing a video about what does Spirit want you to know. I didn't really plan on filming today, but I just kind of felt like it, and Spirit told me that they have some messages for you. So we're gonna do a live shuffle today of these wonderful poetry cards that I made. Don't they look so witchy? They look so homemade. They look so witchy. I love them. But anyway, so we're gonna do a live shuffle of these cards right here and just get into the energy. And while I shuffle these cards, I want you guys to think about, kind of meditate on the question. Let me move this because it's a little off center. There we go. Just go ahead and meditate on the question. What does Spirit want you to know? And instead of, this is going to be kind of like a really intuitive reading. So instead of choosing just random cards, random poems as usual, we're gonna, random words, we're gonna do this as a kind of intuitive thing. So I want you to choose between numbers, you know, as everyone here on YouTube does, mostly, usually, sometimes. So just choose between, we'll do 3 groups today because I feel like there's a lot of messages that want to come through. So just choose 1, 2, and 3. And just go ahead and meditate while I start with group number 1, because we just had one flip out. So this is group number 1. Welcome. So the card that flipped out is, I want to run forever lost in an endless river of scattered stardust. Let's get 3. Ooh. Okay, we got 3. We got 3 cards. In part of my heart, your soul shall stay because you are my soulmate. And one day soon you will find me, the siren of the wandering sea. Honestly, okay, so group number 1. This feels like a twin flame kind of thing. Either a runner, a chaser type situation, and I really don't like that kind of way of describing it. It's really just a repelling of energy. But you know. So let's try to clarify what exactly is happening here. But as far as I can tell, it seems like there's a person that is wanting to kind of... Oh gosh. Okay, so my phone just went off. I mean, my phone. My poor man's iPhone. My poor man's iPhone, my iPod just went off. So maybe that's a sign for you. Yeah, it's... There's like a soulmate situation happening here. It could be a karmic, it could also be just a karmic situation happening with a twin flame. That will just depend on you. Oof. But we're gonna ask the muses, the muse lovelies, what they think about this. As far as the poems, you have one from each, you have one poem from each book that I wrote. So this is all about kind of just, it's like that fool energy, just running around, just being like, you know, carefree. I want to run forever lost in an endless river of scattered stardust. So maybe that's a message from Spirit asking you to kind of get into that inner child place, you know, that place that feels more carefree, not so serious, you know. In part of my heart, your soul shall stay because you are my soulmate. And this is from, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. This was not planned. Anyway, I'm just gonna not edit this as much because I just feel like Spirit really wants to kind of get these messages through. But anyway, this is from Euphoria if you're interested in buying the book. But this is just that carefree, childlike energy, right? So Spirit really just wants you to kind of go into that. And I just saw the Fool, so yeah, that's just confirming. That's like a synchronicity, pretty much. Okay, so in part of my heart, your soul shall stay because you are my soulmate. This is all about, like, this I wrote in a karmic situation, but it could be a karmic situation happening with a twin flame. It could be just your divine counterpart. But this message is basically saying, whoever you're thinking about, or if you're in separation, I'm really feeling that for some of you, and you really want like an answer as to why this is happening, or why your person that you're dealing with isn't talking to you. I don't know why I'm getting that. Or maybe even some of you haven't met your person yet, and it's just like your divine one that you're meant to be with. It's just, there's some kind of weird energy happening here where you're literally like, it feels like there's some lack, or you're doubting your connection, or you're doubting some kind of aspect of it. There's some kind of, I'm picking up a tense anxiety type energy. And I think the reason this one came out is because it wants you to focus on grounding that energy, being more present, not taking life so seriously. Be the fool. Because look, it sees, so that's Melancholia, if you're interested in the book. And then this is One Day Soon You Will Find Me, the Siren of the Wandering Sea. That's from Hysteria, if you're interested in buying the book. But as far as like, I mean, it seems like literally your higher self, your twin's higher self, your person's higher self, whatever you want to call it, you will find them, they will find you. This can kind of work interchangeably. I think they're already in your heart. It seems like there's like a running and chasing phase happening here, and I really hate that term, but for lack of a better explanation, that's what it feels like is happening here. It seems like, but usually when there's a runner-chaser dynamic, there's something you're running from, or something you're, like, the whole chasing, running thing, the person runs because you're running away from something inside you, and that's why they reflect that to you. So I'm really thinking like there's some kind of really, so let's just get from the Muse and see what exactly is happening here. But it does feel like, in general, Spirit wants you to just calm down a bit. And I don't mean that in a patronizing, like, oh my god, don't tell me to calm down. We've just got a flipper. Oop. Four of Materials, yeah, you're holding on to something. Okay, I'm just gonna put this right here on this rose. Why not? Let's get it. Let's get it. Oh god. Okay. Yeah, Four of Materials. You're holding on to something, and the back of the deck is Eight of Voices. There's some kind of like either ideology or way that you kind of think. For some reason I'm getting mental, especially with the Eight of Voices. This is all about like mental kind of like situation. So yeah, there's something that you're desperately trying to hold on to, and you know, reverse the roles if you have to. I'm reading generally, so but there's some, ooh, whoa, this just flew out. Six of Materials, yeah, reversed. There's something you're not giving attention to, and there's something that you're holding on to way too tight. You need to let go, and that's what part of this is about. It's about just like letting go, being carefree, not really worrying about the future, not worrying about what other people are doing, what other people are saying. Yeah, you're in desperate need of like a transformation. For death to fall on top of this, yeah. There is something happening. Yeah, okay. So those are the three cards clarifying that one. That's pretty self-explanatory, but okay. So your person could be, if you see cat hairs on me, just ignore that. This is such an unplanned video. I literally was not planning on filming today, but Spirit was like, you have to. I'm like, okay. But anyway, your person could be masculine or feminine, doesn't really matter. This is a more feminine energy, but I do feel like this is your person directly talking to you, your twin flame, your divine love, whoever you're dealing with right now is coming out as a Queen of Materials. And we just had this High Priestess. It's like they're trying to speak to you through your intuition, and I don't know that you can actually, like, I mean, I do feel like you're open to, like, hearing that, but usually when there's a runner-chaser, for some reason I keep hearing that, I don't know why. When there's a runner-chaser dynamic thing happening, there's something that the chaser is running from. Something they're not willing to acknowledge, but death is coming through to say there's something that needs to be, like, released. There's something subconscious. So if there's, like, a subconscious blockage you have, it's a High Priestess, that's what it seems like, because the High Priestess is all about self-conscious, like, self-conscious. Oh my god. Okay, that could be a sign for you. Maybe you're self-conscious about something, but, like, what I meant to say was subconscious block. With the Queen of Materials, it really looks like it could be the heart chakra. And this is okay, Knight of, yeah, there's some kind of movement that is not being made. It's, like, stalled. Either it's stalled or there's, like, reckless actions being taken here. With the Knight of Inspiration, because usually the Knight of Inspiration, that's the Knight of Wands. It's usually like someone that's like, you know what I'm doing, I know what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go after it because I want to. And in this case, they seem really, when it's reversed, it's kind of like, I'm just gonna do it, and, you know, it's kind of reckless, you know? That's what I'm feeling, especially, to be completely honest. So this person is coming through. I think I think what's happening is that you're acting a little reckless. And someone has to call you out on this, and I guess that person is me. you know, if you wanna, you know, I'm a Libra. I hate confrontation. I guess I have to be that person to, like, call you out, but, you know, why is Spirit putting me in this position? Whatever. If you want to leave a comment, if you want to leave, like, some hate, that's fine. I'm not manifesting hate comments, am I? I don't think so. Well, maybe someone's going to be triggered over this, but anyway, your higher self is trying to tell you that, your person's higher self, whoever is speaking right now, your spirit guides trying to get this message through, is saying however you're acting is really, I just saw someone desperately sending a text message, like, one after another. So if that's what you're doing, might I recommend some self-love, some self-care, because this is just really, I'm really heavily, yeah, earlier when I was saying about the heart chakra, there's really something happening there. Yeah, it seems like, yeah, there's a lack of strength here. You need to kind of go within, because inner strength is pretty much, yeah, this is such a strange reading. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I'm not usually all over the place like this. But, yeah, there's some heavy energy of just, like, being reckless. Okay, we have the Star, so make a wish right now, because the wish will come true. And stop taking action. I feel like this is basically saying, like, just surrender. So let's clarify this last card. What's the Siren trying to say here? Oh gosh, okay. You know what? I usually don't keep the ones that all come out at once, but this time I'm kind of feeling it, so let's get it. Okay. So this is the Siren. Let's see. Okay, we have the Ace of Voices reversed. Yeah, there's not communication. You could, like, kind of not be having communication with whoever you're dealing with right now. There's a lack of communication here. We have the Three of Emotions. Yeah, with the Three of Emotions reversed, I feel like a certain kind of lack of, what's it called? A lack of confidence. But here it's saying Spirit wants to come through, because this is a really positive card, the Muse. It's all about, like, really discovering yourself, finding yourself, and following that path. They really want you to listen to your intuition. So if it was a little difficult for you to choose, when I said choose 1 to 3, if that was difficult for you, and you were kind of in between 1 and 2, 1 and 3, I mean, maybe there will be other, like, messages from the other piles. I don't know yet. But for some reason Spirit wants me to say that. But it does feel like there is a lack of confidence in you, and with the Eight of Inspiration, this is usually all about taking action, doing things that, you know, kind of align with your divine purpose, going in the right direction, but it's reversed right now. So they're really saying taking action isn't gonna help the situation. Yeah, taking action really isn't gonna help this situation. I think what you should do, just in my opinion, is just like meditate on how you're feeling and kind of what you want out of this situation, out of this relationship. Why are you I'm sorry, I don't want to like because I always want to be, you know, spreading the good vibes and happy energy, but for some reason this message is coming through, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you feel attacked or triggered. For some reason I feel like I'm being a little rude and maybe that's just Spirit wanting to actually get this message across. So don't shoot the messenger, okay? I mean, you can definitely leave as many. Okay, I just saw 444. Okay, for Spirit for me to say that see that right when I said that. Okay, yep, it's definitely Spirit. Okay, so don't come at me, but definitely leave an engagement because I need all the help I can get. Anyway, this is really all over the place, and I'm so sorry. So we're gonna shuffle our Minerva deck. I'm sorry, I love Assassin's Creed. We're gonna shuffle our Minerva deck and just see what the angels' advice has for you. Spirit, can you give? Ooh, I'm gonna move this right here. Spirit, can you give us a? Oh gosh. Okay. Can you give group 1? Honestly, some self-love. I'm heavily picking up a really heartbreaking energy here. I feel like you've been through a heartbreak recently, or this person. Okay. So, these are actually really good cards. It's up to you, and in the near future. So in the near future, all of this will be resolved. I do feel like you will get communication, but first you have to go within. That's usually what Spirit has us do. And the bottom of the deck, I know these don't have reversals. It says don't stop, but for some reason, with this Eight of Inspiration, it feels like stop. Don't stop believing in your connection, right? That's what this is about. Like, don't stop fighting for what you want. But in terms of what you should stop is all of this, like, I'm just really feeling like there's a heavy energy of like lack, a heavy energy of just wanting answers, wanting communication, wanting thing from this person that they can't give you right now is what I feel. It's really heavy, and honestly, I've been there. It's not a fun place to be. I mean, I literally wrote all of Melancholia when I was in that kind of. If you can like if you're resonating with this reading and you have been like writing a person constantly, or like thinking about someone constantly, or like wondering what you did or what they did or what's happening, honestly, it feels like honestly, this could be two different people. I don't know. I don't know your situation. I don't know your story. Obviously, I'm just a channeler. I'm just reading the energy that I see. So however this is resonating, but at the end of the day, if you're resonating with this reading, I would say that self-love, self-care, meditation, just take care of yourself, focus on you, do things that make you happy, go after things that you want, but not necessarily like people. I'm more feeling that you kind of are losing yourself in this situation. Maybe that's why Forever Lost came up here. Forever lost in an endless river of scattered stardust. Maybe you feel lost in this connection. Maybe you feel lost in whatever kind of situation you find yourself in. This could be a job too. However this resonates, again. But, you know, if you are resonating with that storyline kind of thing of like, ultimately how this turns out is all up to you. I do feel like, oh gosh, I'm tongue-tied. I do feel like there might be some problems with your throat chakra, or them. In the near future, there will be communication with this person, or you will hear news about something having to do with this situation, if it's a job or whatever. But ultimately, I think what really needs to be said here is to just focus on yourself and to kind of make yourself the priority, because when you prioritize other people, other situations, external things, when you look externally for validation, it never ends well. And that's not a limiting belief. That's literally just the truth. It's kind of like, you should be so sure in yourself that you don't need that external validation from other people, right? So that's just for some reason what's coming through here. And I think that's all Spirit really wanted to say. So I'll leave my books in the description. I'll leave the decks I used in the description too. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little weird. I know it's a little random, but Spirit wanted to be impromptu today. I'll see you next time, perhaps, if you're not angry. But if you are, please leave a comment, because I would love to hear your thoughts. And I would love your engagement. Anyway, okay. Bye-bye. Hey, group number 2. How's it going? How's it doing? What you up to? Are you having a nice day? Do you want some ice cream? Are you eating ice cream right now? I don't know why I heard ice cream, but nice. I'm actually kind of craving ice cream. Maybe you're pregnant. Anyway, so group number 2. What's this bit? Okay, so immediately getting into this energy, it does feel more relaxed than group number 1. I will say that. It feels more calm, a bit less intense. Gosh, that energy really had to be addressed in group number 1. That was some heavy kind of, honestly, I've been there. So anyway, group number 2. Immediately, I'm feeling more calm in this group. I'm feeling a bit more less frazzled, I would say. So maybe you've been meditating, maybe there's, oosh! Okay, so let's see what wants to come out. Okay, we got a flipper. This transparent heart of glass shall be my legacy. That's from Melancholia, called Heart of Glass. That's all about being, oh, this is also from Melancholia, called Mask. It falls into the abyss of everlasting emptiness. Let's get one more card before I start reading these. Okay, this one. The sun on my skin kisses me softly, a glow from within forever shining on. Okay. This is from Euphoria, called Sunkissed. So, what's happening here? You know, it's interesting that I said maybe you're pregnant. Maybe that's what Spirit wants you to know. That's not going to resonate for everyone, okay? So maybe you just have a new idea of something. You know, but for some reason the pregnancy came through. So, I mean, if that resonates with you, but if not, don't take it. So yeah, this transparent heart of glass, this is all about being authentic, your true self, being transparent in love, in... It's hard to move. That could be a sign. Anyway, so this is about being authentically yourself. This is all about just knowing who you are. That transparent love. That transparent love that you have for yourself, that you can extend to other people. That's what that's about. Melancholia, in essence, is about going within, more or less, and acknowledging what the problem was. Like, because, you know, the first step to healing is acknowledging the problem. What problem is there? And it seems like you've acknowledged that. And this transparent heart of glass, that basically is talking about an open, not necessarily an open heart, but more like a transparent heart. You can see through it. There's no murkiness, because this is the last poem in Melancholia. So there's no more murkiness by the time you get to this point. It falls and falls into the abyss of everlasting emptiness. That's also interesting that I saw the pregnancy in this group, because this is about taking off a mask, but the everlasting emptiness, the abyss, like those kinds of like feminine words. I recently did a meditation, actually. For some reason I'm being called to share this with you. I usually don't share these kinds of really, I guess, intimate details about my inner mind when I go into meditation, but for some reason I'm called to share this with you. So recently I was meditating, and I wanted to connect more with my divine feminine energy, because I've kind of not been connecting much with that for some reason. I've always been a feminine, but I've kind of for some reason the whole being calm and kind of letting go has not really been that easy for me. So I was like, you know, connecting more with my divine feminine self, with my twin, and just, you know, seeing the, like, my twin flame, and just, you know, that kind of thing. But what I saw when I went into that meditation after being there a while was just this complete darkness. And, like, there was something just so beautiful about it. And I'm hearing the song. I know I always hear BTS songs because I listen to them pretty frequently. They're great. But that song Your Eyes Tell, it's like that quote in it where he says, "The darkness we see is so beautiful." And that's literally what I saw when I was in that meditation. And it was just complete darkness. But it was so beautiful. And like, it's kind of hard to explain, but for some reason that's what I'm thinking of when I see this. And I obviously did not, I wrote this years ago. Like I was not into any of this spiritual stuff when I wrote these poems. But especially Melancholia, I was not. But, you know, for some reason that's what I'm feeling. So I feel like this transparent heart of glass connects to the mask. That's what that poem is called, from Melancholia. It connects to the mask in that you're releasing. It's a time to like cleanse and release the energy. And I think this is spirit. I sense that you've already kind of done this, or you're in the process of doing this. It's already kind of been set in motion. And I feel like cleansing that energy, making it, you know, just releasing any kind of bad habits you might have had, or toxic people, or, you know, whatever it is you're doing to kind of clear your space. I heard decluttering, so maybe that's probably what you've been doing too. But I just, for some reason, I'm seeing the darkness, and just like, I'm remembering when I went into meditation and how I was just like, it's like, the darkness is so beautiful. Like, I keep hearing that, like, the darkness we see is so beautiful. So listen to that song if you're called to. It's really nice. It's amazing. It's by producer Jungkook. So yeah, go ahead and listen to Your Eyes Tell of BTS, because it might have a message in there for you. But this is really, and that's just what I saw when I looked at that. I remember the meditation and the darkness, that it was literally pitch black, but I could see something so beautiful. It's just so hard to explain, but anyway, yeah, so I do feel like you are clearing out that energy. And here, and again, that is kind of a feminine thing, though, what I was relating to. So that's why I guess pregnancy came to mind. But that was before I got these cards out, so maybe you are pregnant, I don't know. But, you know, ultimately in the darkness, right, when we're babies in the womb, the darkness is where we begin. So it's kind of like, the darkness is so beautiful because it's the place of creation. You know? It's a little seed that is planted in the darkness, and then something amazing sprouts out of it. Yeah, that's a nice way of saying it. Anyway, so this also kind of, this is not about pregnancy, this poem, but it's kind of interesting because a glow from within. So this is called Sun-Kissed and it's from Euphoria. The sun on my skin kisses me softly, a glow from within forever shining down on me. So this is your inner strength coming out into physicality. I feel like you are kind of embracing your both sides of your personality. There's a lot of duality happening here. I won't be surprised if like the lovers or the sun and the moon come out or something similar. I don't know. I'm not the type to call out cards. I just let things. Okay. Anyway, I'm pretty psychic. I'm pretty intuitive. I'm just saying. I mean, you know, that's kind of funny, right? Okay. Anyway. All right, group number 2, what's happening? Oh my God! It flipped out. I'm not going to keep it. If it comes out again, then I'll take it, all right? All right? If it comes out again, I'll take it, Spirit. Oop, something else came out, though. 5 of Materials. Wow, so this transparent heart of glass. So what you've been going through is kind of, I guess, instead of feeling out in the cold, quite literally, because melancholia, there is, I'm reminded of another poem that perhaps you might be drawn to. We have 2 of Emotions. Hey, that's the minor arcana for the lovers, so I'm not surprised by that. So yeah, like I was saying before, I'm reminded of another poem from Melancholia that I wrote called Frostbite, and in that one I didn't make that into a card, but for some reason that's what I'm hearing with the 5 of Materials, because the original tarot, it's 2 people out in the cold, right? Outside of a church, outside of themselves, to be honest. Because a church is a place of spirituality. It's a place where you go to, you know, have faith or whatever, to connect to God, to have some kind of, you know, it symbolizes a place of peace and, you know, balance and just to be more calm. And with this, the 5 of Materials, for some reason I heard that, so I remembered my other poem, Frostbite. If you want to get Melancholia and read that one, you totally can. With this being in reverse, though, it feels like your heart was closed off for a while, because Transparent Heart of Glass is all about seeing through the heart, but it's not necessarily an open heart. It's a heart of glass, so it's fragile. It can shatter easily. And so that's why Melancholia doesn't symbolize healing as much as, you know, Hysteria and Euphoria do, because Melancholia is about acknowledging that there is a problem, and the problem here is that the heart is frozen. Maybe that's why you can see through it like snow. You can see it like ice. I'm seeing an ice sculpture. You can see through it, but it's so easy to break. You know, if you drop it, it's shattered glass. So, with the 2 of Emotions, I'm really seeing transparency. So it's like you're clearing out this darkness from your heart. And not necessarily the darkness, but just the murkiness from your heart. And you're replacing it with just clarity, which is great, because the Queen of Voices also talks about clarity. So it seems like maybe you've had to protect yourself. I'm getting that too from that. But here I sense you're coming into divine alignment. Yeah, and we have the 9 of Inspiration on the bottom of the deck. So that's just echoing that whole protection. So let's clarify the... Oof. Okay, we got 3 of Voices and the Ace of Inspiration. If you see cat hairs on my sleeve, just ignore that. I'm a cat mom. Anyway. Yeah, so like I was saying before with this, there was some kind of situation that left you feeling not so great, but you're able to hold on to that light and kind of have inspiration, honestly, because that's the Ace of Wands. That talks about a passionate new idea, a passionate new beginning. That's why I said, like, you could be pregnant, but you could also just, I mean, I mean, the Ace of Wands does sometimes signify, is kind of a phallic symbol sometimes, but it could also just be in a divine idea, right? So I do feel like through this healing journey, you have found inspiration, you have found new ideas, you have been given kind of these new downloads. Oh dang. Okay, you have two aces here. So yeah, connecting back to spirit, you're connecting to yourself, you're connecting to your spirit guides. And with her hair, I always see, like, because it's so colorful, it's like a rainbow, full chakra alignment. So you're really getting into alignment with your divine purpose, what you're meant to do. And maybe you're learning something new. Maybe you're learning new things about yourself. Maybe you're actually learning something new. Maybe you're taking a class in something, especially with the Page of Materials here. But I definitely sense that you're on the right path. You're doing all the right things. And even if you kind of falter a bit, that's fine. You're human, you know? I assume. But, you know, yeah, you know? Don't expect too much from yourself. I just heard that. Don't expect too much, like, more than what you're, you know, capable of doing, because sometimes we push ourselves too far and then we end up regretting it. So let's clarify this sun-kissed poem over here. This one really wants to come out, so I guess I'll just take it. The Tower reversed. So a tower moment happened. Dang. Was it that? Honestly, if you are pregnant, congratulations. That's such a beautiful thing. Maybe that's what you've kind of had to go through, or what you've kind of had to, maybe that was a tower moment. Maybe, like, you weren't able to get pregnant, or, you know, something having to do with that, or maybe this tower moment, because it's reversed, so I feel like it already happened. This tower moment actually gave you the strength to become the Empress, you know? Because a lot of times tower moments only happen to kind of help us realign, but it's interesting that you got two major arcana cards for the Euphoria poem. That basically means you're, like, doing a lot for yourself, and I just want you to just acknowledge that. You've done a lot to heal, and the healing never ends, you know? Three of Inspiration. You're on a journey right now. You're kind of, like, you're seeing all these, like, this abundance come through, this, like, major abundance with the Empress. This is major abundance. After a time where things kind of felt rocky, felt shaky, you're now reaching, like, stability of sorts. In your mind space, in your heart space, whatever. And that's something to be proud of yourself for. So now we're going to get little messages from our Minerva bros. Because I love Assassin's Creed, and every time I see this deck I think of Minerva. But anyway. So let's see. Oop. Perfect timing. That's beautiful. So all of this is happening in perfect timing. You're right on time. You're right where you need to be. You're always in the right place at the right time. No need to worry. This is so reassuring from the angels, honestly. Maybe they just wanted to come through and tell you that, because that's a beautiful message, honestly. This is a nice group. Group 1 was so chaotic. No offense if you came from Group 1, but, like, the energy was just so, oh gosh, extreme. But this feels like a more calm, like, a more, like, calmer waters, I just heard. Intuition. You're connecting a lot to your intuition, so you should be proud of yourself for that. So if you're interested in buying any of the books, I'll have them in the description. Same with the decks that I used. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can comment, you can like, you can do whatever. You can leave a hate comment, you can leave a dislike. I can use all the engagement. So yes. Bye-bye. Group number 3. Cleansing the energies as I get into your, cleansing the cards as I get into your energy. So, what is happening here with group number 3? What am I feeling? What am I feeling? I'm seeing garden. I'm seeing roses. I'm seeing diamonds. Huh. That's interesting. Let's see what we can get. I'm seeing France. Are you French? Are you going to France? Is there something happening in France? Okay, we got, through every scream and every sob, I sang a song of love and loss. These are too many cards. I'm gonna shuffle again. I'm seeing a forest. Used to be a cigarette break, then you became the smoke in my veins. That's interesting for both of those to come out, because they're somewhat connected. Whole universes exist inside her and she hasn't a clue. Alright. So, group number 3. This is from Melancholia. It's called Wildfire. And with this, it's like, it's pretty much just that 3 of Swords kind of energy, being completely heartbroken, feeling completely sad. I'm hearing La Llorona, so if you have heard of that story, it's about a woman who, you know, she lost her kids in some type of way, and she cries in the beach. She cries in the river, she cries at the beach. Cry me a river. She cries at the beach, she cries, and she sings. So for some reason I heard that. That could be a message for you. Used to be a cigarette break, then you became the smoke in my veins. For these 2 to both come out, they're both from Melancholia. Cigarette break is about bad habits and kind of like, you know it's not healthy for you, like a toxic relationship, for example. You know it's not healthy for you, and you know that whatever it is you're kind of allowing to happen isn't for your highest good, but yet you still do it. You still fall into that every time. And for both of those to come out, because this is Wildfire, and earlier I was seeing a forest, I was seeing a garden, I was seeing like a lot of green. So for these two to come out like this, it's kind of these, okay, don't come at me. These bad habits that you have are destroying your forest. And however that resonates for you, it's a very vague message, but that's what Spirit just told me. Whatever you're going through right now is a product of what you have caused in some aspect. If you allow someone, so for example, right, if you allow someone to treat you a certain way, yet you know you shouldn't be treated this way, you're still allowing it to happen. You're allowing them to burn your forest. You're allowing them to pollute your air, to, like, I'm just seeing, like, what was once a abundant, fruitful, beautiful forest is now burnt to a crisp, a wasteland, polluted, just completely destroyed. So that's a very deep kind of message, and maybe what you need to hear, regardless of if you're like, you know, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter, but this message here, whole universes exist inside her and she hasn't a clue. You can create anything out of your life, whether you're a guy or girl, don't matter. They, them. You can create anything you want. And maybe you didn't realize your strength and you let someone kind of tell you what you should do. You let someone influence you in some type of way, maybe is what's coming through here for some reason. And if that's the case, like, you gave your power away is what I feel, and you really shouldn't, because you are the almighty kind of, you know, we all have the power of God in us, right? We all have the grace of God, you know, we're all reflections of God. Whether or not you actually believe in God is relevant. It's just the idea that we are all miniature gods. We're all versions of him, of them, actually. I feel like God could be a woman, could be a man, could be a they, could be a them, could be anything. Anyway, so let's get... Page of Voices reverse. Yeah, okay, so I'm really feeling like your voice, literally, because air is about communication, is suffocated by your sobs. You're really suffering. You need to realize your strength. Knight of Inspiration. Yeah. You're not able to move forward because, oh wow, we have the Devil reversed on the bottom of the deck. This is like heavy codependent energy. Oh my gosh, and for the eight of Cups, the Eight of Emotions, you have to walk away from this because it's draining you. This darkness here, I don't see it as a divine feminine in this reading. Usually I do, but this time I more see it as like absolutely just void. The void. You could be in the void phase of awakening where you don't feel like anyone is hearing you, like anyone is listening to you. But this is like a heavy, okay, yeah, this is a heavy burden that just needs to be let go of. You're really in pain and you're, yeah, I can feel it. Like there's just, my voice is getting shaky, so I feel like you're probably, there's some kind of either person you need to walk away from, habit you need to break, mindset you need to change. There's something holding you back from your ultimate potential. We have the Empress and the Four of Inspiration. So yeah, maybe, and the Sun reversed. So for this to be under the cigarette break, yeah, maybe you felt safe with this person, maybe, or with this situation at one time, but it's not really like, for some reason with the Empress there, I'm not getting the usual, like, everything is great and abundant energy, especially with the Sun reverse being at the bottom of the deck. I'm getting more of a, like, you are the sun. You are the sun. You are the light. So what do you need a cigarette for? I just heard, yeah, I just heard, if you've ever seen, The Fault in Our Stars, the cigarette reminded me of this. It doesn't always do this, but, where, this is no spoilers, okay, but where Gus takes the cigarette and puts it in his mouth, and he says, like, it's a metaphor. Like, you put the cigarette in your mouth, but you don't give it the ability to kill you. That's what it feels like. You're the sun, and this, you're the flame, you're the light, and this other person is the cigarette. And they are literally draining your light, is what I'm getting. For some reason, I feel like this is a relationship, but it could be any kind of relationship. It doesn't have to be love, it could be anything. And with the Six of Materials to come out after that, I feel like you're a giver. You give too much. You give too much, and other people around you, whoever, just isn't appreciative of what you give. That's what I feel for some reason. should I take all of them? Okay. Spirit said take all of them, so. Knight of Voices reversed. Queen of Materials. Justice reversed. Queen of Emotions reversed. Yeah, there is an injustice happening here for you. But this is mostly out of your own... Yeah, I'm getting this is mostly out of your own creation. It's like you created a monster. I just heard that for some of you. With the Knight of Voices, this is like still unable to move forward. For it to be reversed, both of these knights to be reversed, it's like you don't feel like you can move forward in some aspect. Maybe it's like... With the Queen of Materials upright, it doesn't seem like money is the problem. Maybe it's more your emotional attachment to the situation, the person, whatever, is keeping you unbalanced. Because I do feel like normally you are abundant. For the Empress and the Six of Materials, you are normally abundant in all aspects. But maybe there's just a blockage here relating to your heart chakra, your emotional... your emotions. Let's see if I can get a little bit more about that. Oh yeah, there's a lack of self conviction. I just heard a lack of self love, putting yourself first. Yeah, Knight of Emotions reversed. That's also talks about like a love offer, but sometimes could be good news. But in this case, I'm reading it as self-love. There's like a lack of either self-awareness or self-love. You don't realize how amazing you really are, and that's causing you to be stuck in this situation of some kind, which is literally a tragedy because you deserve so much more. I'm getting like narcissist vibes. Maybe you're like dealing with a narcissist or something. For some reason I'm hearing that. That could resonate for some of you, but not all of you. I do feel like you're an empath though. Okay, so this is good news. Within the next few months, you will find the strength to. And we have yes. So if you were debating something, the answer is yes. If you were asking a question, the answer is yes. Within the next few months, yes, you will move on. Yes, you'll be resolved. Yes, you... Ooh, peaceful resolution. I read this as beautiful resolution. Peaceful resolution. Back of the deck. So yeah, this is a good message. I feel like now that you're seeing this reading, you can just take this. This is a timeless. Whenever you see it is when it applies. So within the next few months from when you're seeing this reading, you're going to make major shifts in your life. You're going to be able to step away from this person. Will you? That's up to you. You have free will. You're allowed to do whatever you want. But I do feel like you will, be able to, because whole universes exist inside her. She hasn't a clue. Whole universes exist inside you, and you don't realize how strong you really are. But you are really strong. You're literally the Empress. You know, whatever your gender is doesn't matter. You're the Empress, because we are all the Empress and the Emperor, both in one. Yeah, this was an interesting reading. Oh yeah, and I don't know if I said this before. I gotta do a shameless plug. It's a shameless self-promo. Whole universes exist inside her and she hasn't a clue. It's from Euphoria, so if you're interested in getting that, link is in the description for all my books, Melancholia as well. And the decks will also be listed. I hope you enjoyed this reading. This was really impromptu. I didn't plan on doing this at all. I just saw 777, so that's a sign for you. I didn't plan on doing this at all, but Spirit said they had some messages they wanted to just get through, so I quickly set up my setup and I just filmed it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more from me, and I'll catch you next time, maybe. And if not, can you leave a dislike? Because I just need engagement. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna go now.